in the civil due diligence phase, when you're looking to purchase a building or a property, you have to go through an engineering due diligence. That's very vital. And there's a lot of contaminated sites. So environmental site assessments such as a phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 can sometimes be required. A phase 1 is an environmental site assessment of a site to determine if there's in fact any type of contamination there. What are the possibilities of this? If there's anything that's found or any red flags, we can then move on to a phase 2 environmental site assessment, which we collect materials and test them. And in a phase 3, we come up with a remediation process for fixing up the site, which is going to be very useful and reduce the liability as a developer, because you don't want to purchase something, put something there, and then everyone starts getting sick, or all the plants keep dying, and you don't know what's going on. So the due diligence is extremely vital. Additional due diligence things that can take place are the zoning and civil aspect of knowing what the flume is, the future land use, what the comprehensive plan, and different aspects of what's capable to create your highest and best use of this site. And through this, we know what we can do with the property. Additionally, other due diligence forms are looking and seeing what species of animals and plants we have at the site, collecting vital information about the plants that are there. In a large development, like in the video I showed earlier in the beginning, we can choose plants and move these plants around to reduce our landscaping cost and preserve the environment that's there. And there is a lot of aspects in designing something that large, which we're going to get into a little breakdown of a past development and looking at the success of that development, what drove it there, and additionally, what could have been done differently to make it even better. So we want to succeed, and one way to succeed is reverse engineering. We can really determine what's going to happen based on our past. So this site here is pretty good laid out pretty well. There's a lot of green space, and this green space is done by clustering the developments in smaller lots to create the larger ecosystems and preserve them throughout. Because that green space and the preservation of our nature is extremely vital and important. And this is very vital, especially with the key locations of where everything is placed. As you can see here, we have a school right there, right in the middle, in the heart of the development, so that children can get there and hopefully walk there, because we want to promote walking. And one way we can promote walking is having nature paths that connect the different developments, which you might not be able to see on this satellite map. And one way this development could have improved upon that in the promotion of using these paths is connecting all the amenity centers, which each of these developments has amenity centers at each subdivision. And in connecting all of these directly, instead of connecting them at the end of a cul-de-sac, it's going to highly promote this form of transportation and exercise and promote our well-being of the residents within the development, which is huge. Additionally, we want to reduce the trips of traffic because that creates 71.4% of our greenhouse gas emissions. So we have some commercial spaces strategically placed on the exits and enters of the development. And this can help reduce the number of trips and the length of the trips, because we can reduce how far people are going to be driving by strategically placing them in certain areas. Additionally, because single-family homes generate more trips than multifamily units on a unit-per-unit basis, you would think that the multifamily would be placed more in the middle or the back of the development to reduce the traffic. However, you have to strategically determine how many that site is going to generate, because the multifamily has a higher density intensity on that site. So you have more dwelling units per acre, gross acre. So in fact, just because a single family home unit generates more trips, we can place them further back in the development since they don't have as many units, or doors, if you will. So there's a lot that goes behind all of this. Additionally, each of these subdivisions has pretty decent entryways, and this is very vital to making the community feel proud of where they live. You don't want to just go into some place that looks beaten up and you would rather go through a grand entrance like you're going to Disney World. So these entrances can be designed with landscaping to make them greener and place water in certain locations, which makes them a better design for the people that are moving there. And it increases the people purchasing the homes. So you have more people coming to purchase the properties, which is very vital to the development because we want them to succeed. When you win, I win. So we're going to design the best thing for you in your specific case. And we also have to keep in mind the environment which we have. And we go through the whole process from the civil due diligence, the civil planning, the pre-application meetings, the rezoning, any amendments that need to be taken, and go to development meetings, design the full civil and environmental portion of the project. We can also work on the building design, so we don't only do horizontal, but we also do vertical. And so we do the structural, the mechanical, the electrical, the plumbing, the fire protection, and the construction administration. So choosing your planner and designer on your development for your construction documents is vital. They are the smallest percentage of costs in the development of construction. It won't cost you too much more to get the proper engineer or design professional. And we can really work to creating a cleaner future that is greener, learning from our past and how we can do this. So that's a little bit about advanced engineering. And I have a short clip of maybe like 2-3 months of video that I took with a drone, but crashed it. So this is a good clip